Alright, so far so good. We have learned the introduction to plugins. We've learned how to make changes to existing plugins. We also learned how to add a new plugin via the manual and automatic method. So the next part that we're going to move on is how to use a plugin to extend the functionality of your website. And by extending the functionality of your website, it actually depends on the features you want and the types of plugins that you are using. So for this part, we are going to be using Smart Slider plugin as a case study. So what I'm trying to say is that let's assume that I earlier mentioned that just that a theme determines the look and feel of your website, a plugin actually determines the functionality of your website. So in this case, I installed a new plugin called Smart Slider. So what this Smart Slider does is that it actually allows me to create responsive slider for my website. So this slider, I can decide to use it on my own page, on my pages, on my posts and the like. So now I want to use this Smart Slider as a case study to see how you can also use a plugin to extend the functionality of your website. So I'm going to show my website on how it looks like. So I have this hello grab a coffee as my first post, and I have this as my home page, and I have hello grab a coffee as my first post. So now let's say I want to create a new slider. So the first thing I'm going to do is that now you have to notice that okay, this slider is already activated, and like I earlier mentioned, if you want to see the options for a new plugin that you just installed, you are going to check for the left side here. So I have the Smart Slider here, so I can click on Smart Slider to access the plugin dashboard. So this is the Smart Slider dashboard, and for people that are just if this is your first time of using the Smart Slider, so you can just watch this video tutorial to see how it works. But since I've used it before, so I'm just going to click on go to dashboard. So now I have a tutorial slider here, and I want to create a new project, a new slider by the way. So you said, what do you want to create today? Do I want to create a new project, or I want to start with a template? So I'm going to click on I want to start with a new template. So I'm going to click on I want to start with a new template. So as you can see, these are some of the templates that I can use. So these are some of the templates that I can use. So we have this full width post slider, we have this image slider, we have graded slider, and we have a lot of slider that actually comes with the distance. So let's say I want to use this one, so I can decide to click on the eyes to see how it looks like. So it's going to show me how it actually looks like. So these are the slider it's going to look like. So if I want to use it and I'm okay with it, I can either click on import. So I can click on import. So hello@smart.com. So let me just decide not to. So I'm just going to make use of the slider I find there. So if you want to create a new one, you can just create it here. So I'm going to click on this to edit, and here I already have some here. So I have this is actually the dashboard where you can edit your slider. So we have the slide background here, we have the build and design. So I can click on edit here if I want to start by editing down one. So that's like I mentioned, the functionality that you want on your website will actually determine the kind of features, the kind of plugins that you will use. So for this case, I'm just going to use, so you can see, so I can also click this eyes there to see how it's going to look like. So this is preview. The eye icon actually simply means preview, so you can see it means there, and I can also see how it's going to look like by this is how it's going to see on mobile, this is how it's going to be on tablet, on the mobile and desktop. So that is how it works, and you can also click on that to start making changes to your slider. So it just depends on what you want. Actually, a plugin can actually have, for instance, we also have e-commerce. We have WooCommerce plugin for those that might want to actually make their website a kind of like an e-commerce store. So it depends on what you want. So that's all about that, about how to use a plugin to make changes on your website.